Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.8098 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.17%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances, and also draw out the key chart patterns that you have information on this chart. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC corrective movement, and which has now taken us back to around the $0.32 mark, and having done so, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC corrective movement, and soon we might see a very nice bounce to the upside in this Elliot wave structure, having a wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see a fast wave to the upper side, and I believe that is what is information here on the Polygon Matic. And today we are seeing a bit of a breakout to the upper side, and I'll be getting into that shortly. And jumping to the 4-hour chart so that we can see this better, here on my 4-hour chart you can see I have this fractal wave information within a wave 1, where I believe once we see the formation of a wave 5 over here, that will be completing a higher Elliot wave count 1. And right now we are in the formation of a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4. And if I get a little bit into the details of the formation of this fractal wave so that it can also give me the key scenarios that I expect to play out, after making our low down there at around the $0.32 mark, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, made a high for that wave 1 to the upper side, then saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, that gives me a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, which is an area that we maximized here on the charts. Then after making the low for that second wave, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of a third wave, which I had a target area here on the charts at around the $0.93 mark, and we also maximized that target area, and that target area was basing it on the trend based Fibonacci's, connecting the low of the wave 1 to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2. That gave me a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a third wave. And initially here on the charts, I had my third wave high at around the $1.02 mark. Then this movement to the lower side, that is what I was terming as our movement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4. But the moment we managed to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark and made a new high at around the $1.06 mark, that made me to change scenarios, having the new high as the high for that third wave to the upper side. And as you can see, we are in the formation of a fourth wave to the lower side, and because our wave 4 is a retracement of the third wave, we can use the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, and that gives me a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of a wave 4 between the fib level 0.382 and the fib level 0.618, and I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, and you can see Polygon Matic has continued to respect that. And because the wave 4 is also a corrective wave, we also expect to see an ABC corrective movement within this wave 4 to the lower side, and I believe we are seeing that movement over here, having this as the wave A. Then we have seen the formation of a wave B, making a high at around the $0.94 mark, then continued pushing low in the formation of a wave C, which gave us a low at around the $0.69 mark. And after making that low, we are seeing a bit of a bounce to the upper side, and in that movement to the upper side, we have been trading within this channel, which is between the two key areas of resistances and support, between the $0.78 mark and the $0.72 mark, which is a key area of support. We have been trading within that channel, and this is what is going to give me the key scenarios that I expect to play out. In my previous video, I said that I'm expecting we either break to the upper side, and once we see that movement to the upper side, I was expecting to see a retest of the upper side of the channel, and also that key area of resistance at around the $0.78 mark. And from the 1-hour chart, you can see we have not yet seen a retest of that key area of resistance and also that channel, so I'm still expecting to see a retest before we continue pushing higher to the upper side. And getting to the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves, it's possible that maybe the low for that fourth wave to the lower side was in at around the $0.69 mark, and whatever we are seeing over here is a movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 5, and because a wave 5 is an impulsive wave, we also expect to see fractal waves in formation within that wave 5, and I believe we are seeing a movement to the upper side having this as the wave 1, then so a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, then we have continued pushing high in this movement that has given a breakout out of that channel to the upper side in the formation of a third wave, then expect a fourth wave, then a fifth wave to complete a higher Elliot wave count 1, which is a fractal wave within a wave 5. So that is what I'm expecting to play out here on the Polygon Matic chart. And just to get a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a third wave, that is that fractal wave within a wave 5, we can use the trend based Fibonacci's, connecting the fibs from the low of the wave 1 then to that high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the low of the wave 2, and using the 1-to-1 fib ratios, we can get a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this third wave to the upper side, and that gives me a minimum target area at around the $0.81 mark, which is an area that Polygon Matic has now reached, and we are seeing a bit of a pullback here on the 1 hour chart. So it's possible that maybe that high is in for that third wave to the upper side. We might see a bit of a retracement to the lower side, maybe in the formation of that retest of that key area of resistance, and once we hit that key area of support once more, then we can have a bounce to the upper side in the formation of a wave 5 to complete that higher Elliot wave count 1, which is a fractal wave within a wave 5. And once you see the completion of the formation of a wave 5, that will be completing a higher Elliot wave count 1, and getting back to the 4 hour chart so that we can also get a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 1. We have the high for that first wave to the upper side, and also the formation of a higher Elliot wave count 3 over here. So using the fibs, trend based Fibonacci, we can connect the fibs from the low of the wave 1 to the high of that wave 1, then drag the fibs to the high of that third wave to the upper side, and that gives me a minimum target area for that higher Elliot wave count 1 at the fib level 0.618, and that is at around the $1.2538 mark. That is the minimum that I would expect that higher Elliot wave to the upper side to do, and those are the key scenarios that I expect to play out here on the Polygon Matic chart. Jumping to the indicators to see what movements will be supported. Here on the RSI, we are trading at around the 66 mark, and that means we have a bit of room for us to support any movement to the upper side before we get into the overbought region, and we have massive room for us to support any movement to the lower side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean higher prices could be coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.